Welcome to Travel with Danny and MJ. I'm Mary Jane.
And I'm Danny. We're traveling the world with just carry-ons and a backpack each. So we're in Santos, Brazil. It's our first stop on the cruise. And we're gonna go to see, it's called Monte Serrat, which is a funicular that takes you up to supposedly a nice view of the city and the port. So things are not going great in Santos so far. First, Google Maps sent us walking to this Monte Serrat viewpoint, and it was the wrong direction. So Google Maps was wrong. So then we got an Uber to get us to the right place, but it's closed today. It's Monday, and it's closed. So now we're going to walk into the center, maybe go to the Pelé Museum. It's not clear whether that's open or not.
It seems closed, but
it might be open because the cruise ship is in. And then we're going to also go maybe to the Coffee Museum, even though we're not coffee drinkers.
And it is hot,
yes,
so we're going somewhere.
Yep. So that's Monte Serrat, where we're not going. We have a trolley tour. You could be in the main trolley or you could be in the caboose. Yeah, it's an English tour. It's all right. So we're approaching the Coffee Museum, which may also be closed today. We're not sure, but we're gonna make a try at it. It's an impressive looking building anyway. Beautiful building. Finally some luck here in Santos. The Museo do Café, Museum of Coffee, is open today. Central Hall, where you enter, is pretty impressive. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of it. I always say, I don't like the taste of coffee, but I love the smell of coffee, so maybe we'll enjoy the aromas in this place.
This is the former Coffee Exchange building. It was inaugurated in 1922 in the commercial heart of Santos to centralize, organize, and control coffee operations in the area. The museum's collection highlights these canvases on the wall. You can see them behind the pillars. And the magnificent stained glass ceiling. Look at that. You would not expect that in a building like this.
The museum collection holds more than 2,000 objects, including objects for planting, grinding, coffee makers, all the things associated with the production and processing of coffee. The second area of the museum after the coffee is about the Santos itself, the square, Praça de Santos, which is where all the business was done. So it started in the 1600s as a center, and had a big spurt of growth in the middle of the 18th century due to the coffee industry. On the balcony that overlooked that main trading floor when we came in the cafe area, and we're much closer to that stained glass window skylight. So looking at the other end, it's a pretty nice museum. Lots of cool exhibits on the history and making of coffee and how it influenced this part of the world. So now we're going to the Pelé Museum. As they say here, Rei Pelé. So Pelé is famously from Santos. He played with the Santos Football Club. The Museum of Pelé has a number of his most famous games or goals that he scored through the years. bicycle kick. On the placa. 1000th goal. So many things to commemorate. All sorts of different exhibits about Pelé through his life. He was so young, winning multiple World Cups for Brazil, and over 1,000 goals for his club Santos. In his last game he played, it was a friendly game between the Cosmos, which were his team in New York at the end of his career, and Santos. They played a game, and he played one half for each team in that final game. So on the other side is all of these different representations of Pelé in art, different styles of art. Here he is, with the Mona Lisa.
This famous photo of Pelé and Muhammad Ali was taken in 1977 in New York City, capturing two of the most legendary athletes of all time in a moment of mutual admiration. The photo became iconic because it brought together the greatest in boxing and the king of soccer. Brazilian artist Luis Bueno created the Pelé the Kisser series, inspired by the photograph, because the image sparked Bueno's idea to depict Pelé sharing affectionate kisses with various cultural icons, both real and fictional.
We're leaving Santos. MSC Harmonia was docked with us. We're leaving later. We're pretty late already anyway. We're supposed to leave at 4 and it's 5:45, so at least they're consistent so far. The other disastrous thing that happened today is when I tried to board back onto the ship, I was stopped and told I can't board, that they needed to do something with my passport that, nobody told, nobody said anything, there was no issue, there was no message, just you can't board. The agent had to go to the room, find the passport, go to the reception, give them the passport. They still have it. So we don't even know what's going on with that. So just more MSC fiasco. So we appear to have a big ferry operation here to get across this channel called the estuary of Santos. We're heading out of it into the Bay of Santos, but you can see them. All these motorcycles are loading onto this ferry, and the one next to it is full of cars. So I guess they separate car ones and motorcycle ones, and then the third one has cars. It also has an ambulance on it. It seems to be not the best way for an ambulance to travel. I don't know. Some more cars. I don't know if they're gonna fill up the motorcycle one with also cars, because it definitely has a lot more room on it. And then there seems to be a smaller, passenger ferry, water taxi kind of operation right next to it as well. And the cars are loading onto the ferry that had all the motorcycles on it. So fill them up and send them across, I guess. So on the other side, on the port side of the ship, as we're heading out, we've been looking mostly at the city side, but this is off into the mountainous countryside, off in the distance. Coming up on the Museo Histórico da Fortaleza de Santos, which is a historical museum for Santos's fort, which I guess is colonial times when they created, the Portuguese, I would assume, created a fort here to defend this harbor, or maybe to enforce colonial occupation of the area, one or the other, or both, really. It seems to be a very old fort right on the edge of the harbor here. And the fort is, in a really dramatic, beautiful setting. This forested area right down to right into the channel. Off in the distance there is a beach as well. Pretty nice. So now we're sailing out into the Bay of Santos, and here's the skyline of Santos and the beachfront. So we didn't get to the beachfront, but we went to the historic center more than the beaches. But it's a long crescent beaches. I think it's considered several different beaches.
Thanks for traveling with Danny and MJ. We look forward to seeing you on our next adventure.